What a great night, huh? I want to thank you all for coming out. What a great turnout and hanging out for so long and waiting for so long for our case to be called. I want to take a moment and give a shout out to Dan Milkey for the passion and the energy that he's put into this race. He has worked incredibly hard, and I congratulate him for his hard work running in this campaign. My wife, who should normally be here with me, but my little guy Jack just had an asthma attack, and he had to go off to the hospital, and after we're done here I'm going to go see them as well. As a father of 6, you never know how fluid you have to be and put on different hats. But you know what? Through the course of this campaign, a lot of people know how hard I worked. But what people don't realize is that probably the person that works the hardest in this campaign is my wife Rachel. We have 6 children, and she picks up my slack in the house as we're going through the course of this campaign, and I would not be here without her love and support. So I am totally grateful for that, and I wish she could be here, but we'll see her shortly. I'd also like to take a quick moment and thank my children who are here with us tonight, scattered about. You know, during the course of the campaign, they have been just troopers. They've been to fairs and parades and festivals. They yawn and sleep on shoulders. It's amazing. You know, they wear their rollerblades, cruising up and down the street, passing our literature, and they absolutely love it. And they've been wonderful during the course of the campaign. There's some hard times, but for the most part, it's great times. And you know, what an experience in American civics to participate in the congressional campaign. So thank you guys for all your help and support. So for the last 100 hours, we've done a 20-county tour. We've crisscrossed the district. We've been to every county in Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District, listening to voters about what their concerns are, but also talking about our vision and our ideas for Wisconsin and for America. Our tour just ended this morning. I got to go up to Bayfield, overlooking Chequamegon Bay, having a cup of coffee with some great supporters there. And then we went down to Ashland, where I voted in the primary, and my 5 oldest were there with me in the ballot box, trying to decide who we vote for. Great help. And then we went to the Ashland GOP headquarters, and then we got in the car and came down here for tonight's festivities. Now, if I'm honest with you, I gotta tell you that there's many times during the course of this campaign that I thought that tonight would never come. And that's because we've been in this race for 433 days. Man, it's a long time. And one of the reasons, the main reason why I got in this race, was the fact that Dave Obey authored and helped shepherd through Congress a nearly $1 trillion stimulus package. Now, I don't believe that government spending and borrowing creates economic prosperity or growth or sustainable jobs. And that stimulus package has added to a $13.3 trillion debt. And when you break that down, that's $43,000 for every man, woman, and child in this country. And so to put it a different way, when my wife gave birth to our Maria Victoria on April 1st, before the nurse could hand Maria Victoria to Rachel, Uncle Sam stepped in and handed Maria Victoria a bill for $43,000, her portion of the national debt. This is unacceptable. We can't continue to spend and borrow and pass that bill on to our next generation. We need to bring fiscal responsibility and sanity back to Washington. The way I see this campaign is broken down into 3 steps. Step number 1 was working hard, building a great team, and convincing Dave Obey that he was bone tired and wasn't going to run for re-election. Step number 2 was winning here tonight. And step number 3, and I need all of your help still for step number 3. Step number 3 is on November 2nd, We need to turn Wisconsin's 7th congressional district from blue to red for the first time in 41 years. Victory, we now begin the final 49-day marathon sprint to the finish line. And at this time, I think it's appropriate to take a look back. 433 days ago, when I got in this race, for the most part, I had 6 supporters. And they all lived at the same address as I did in Nashville. And while 5 of them couldn't vote, and I appreciate that support, Joe, Rachel could vote. And since that time, we've come a long way. We now have one more little Duffy supporter, Maria Victoria, who I said was born on April 1st. But we've also put on thousands of supporters right here in central Wisconsin and in northern Wisconsin. The great thing about that is you all can vote, right?
Yeah.
Did today.
Yeah, did today, all right. You know what? This might surprise a few of you, but one of the hardest votes that I had to work for, one of the most important people that I had to convince in this race to support me, is standing here right now with my mother, who's cringing. Because my mother is a lifelong Democrat, and I am a conservative. And so we had a lot of long, hard conversations talking about some common sense. And after those conversations, she's finally come over and agreed to support us and be here tonight. And I'm grateful for that. A story here. It was several months ago. I was driving through central Wisconsin campaigning, and I got a call from one of my friends who was driving through Hayward. And he was like, "My goodness, this campaign is going great. You're getting bipartisan support. I just saw a car. It has a Russ Feingold sticker and a Duffy for Congress sticker on its bumper. You are making progress." And I said, "Well, was that a yellow Jeep?" And he said, "Yes, it was." And I said, "No, well, that's just my mom's vehicle." I am proud to have the support since my mother of a lot more Democrats in this campaign, and independents and Republicans. And I think we have that support because our ideas, they're nonpartisan. Our ideas are all American. And I think as we move forward in this election process, you're going to see the ideas between me and our opponent are quite starkly different. When I got in this race, I got in because I thought our country was going in the wrong direction. And I thought we needed to change course to make sure we right the ship. My opponent, she got in this race because her party asked her to do so. I'm one who wants to chart a new course towards fiscal responsibility, a healthy economy, and job creation. My opponent, for the last 12 years, has voted for big government, big spending, and job-killing tax policies. I'm one who wants to get us out of debt. My opponent, she's voted for greater Wisconsin debt. I'm one who believes in smaller government. My opponent, she's voted to increase the size of Wisconsin's government. I think that we need to control government. My opponent believes that government should control us. And the bottom line is, none of us want to be controlled. And that's why I think we've had so much grassroots support during the course of this campaign. And so many people have come out to volunteer and to help and to walk in parades and make phone calls. And we've had so many people, thousands of people, contribute to our campaign. We've had thousands of $100 or less contributions. By the way, if you want to still make contributions, you can. But, I'm excited about that. And I think that speaks volumes about where this campaign is. And one of the great thrills of contributions is actually people send me notes. And I want to share a couple of the notes that I've received from contributors over the course of this campaign. Just last week, I got a note from Dave, who's an Army soldier, and he lives in Ashland. And he wrote me this quote, "I wish I could do more to support, but I'm currently deployed in Iraq." And I guess I said, Dave, thank you for your service. Thank you for fighting for us. And if I'm your next congressman, I'm going to go to Washington, and I'm going to fight for you. and it's a guy by the name of Barry from Shell Lake, and he said this to me, and I quote, it's my favorite. You represent a new hope, the hope of we the common every day go to work, pay our taxes, and still know how to leave and still know how to love a country. The kind of people that take our hats off for the national anthem and place our hand over our heart in a show of respect to our flag and country. I see a glimmer, actually a shining opportunity of hope in you, and will support you in any way I can. Thank you for coming forward to represent us. I guess I read those to you tonight because I want you to know that I know this race is about Dave and Barry and all of you here and everyone here in Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District. This race is not about me. It's about all of you who are hungry to see this great nation great again. And I love Wisconsin. I love America. I love what's great about America. And you know what? I think it's worth fighting for. And I think one of the biggest points for me that underscores that is that you don't bring into the world 6 wonderful and beautiful children unless you believe that their best days are ahead of them. And I believe we have a great American tradition. And it's a tradition where each generation passes off to the next generation one that is greater than the America that they inherited. I think this is the first time that great tradition is in jeopardy. You know what? I think we have to keep that tradition alive. But it's not going to come easy. We have to work hard, and I need your help because we are part of the puzzle to keep that tradition alive. We can't give up. The race starts right now. We need to continue the hard work. We need to make phone calls. We need to put out signs, send emails, talk to friends, family members, neighbors. And if we do that, on November 3rd, we are going to be heartened because we're going to start the long mission of turning this country around. I can guarantee you all that the effort and the hard work that I put into this race is going to continue as your next congressman here in Wisconsin's 7th Congressional District. Thank you all for coming out. God bless you all, and God bless America.